Hello and welcome. Over the next 2 days we're going to be embarking on an epic quest, the Sandstone Trail. It takes us 34 miles from Frodsham to Whitchurch. We'll be doing about 40. There was a canal breach in December on the Llangollen Canal, so we've had to divert a tad. Add another few miles on, but 40 miles, 2 days. Wow, camp. Let's do it. Join me on this sandy quest. Bog, 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 bog. We've got the Mersey estuary over there. We've got a couple of oil refineries. Big old road, and Frodsham's down there. So the first mile of this has been half pavement pounding, and then quite a steep elevation up to the top of this hill with this big old war monument. So yeah, that's good. Smashing. Right, enough of that. Onwards, we've got a job to do. So I've got 2 days to do 40 miles. I aim to do about 25-ish today, first day. I've done it before on the Gritstone Way. I think I did 27 or 28 miles then, albeit I was absolutely kiboshed at the end. The benefit of this time though is that it's not 30-degree heat. I have got water, and fingers crossed, touch wood, there should be a couple of places along the way to fill up if need be. Now this trip I'm treating it as a bit of a training exercise. It's my first long distance hike since I had my episode back in May, and around that time I'd just finished the Gritstone Way and Hadrian's Wall. So it's been a long time since I've done any real sort of distance walking. Hang on a minute. Bog, 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 bog. So yeah, I'm treating this as a bit of a training exercise. I have every faith that I'll complete it. So now it's in which way, what quality completion that I want to get. We've got some big challenges this year. Cleveland Way, a couple of other smaller multi-day hikes, and me and my pal Kieran are doing the National Three Peaks in June. So there's a lot to train for. So this is a good opportunity now, while the weather's still a bit cooler, to get a bit of a sweat on and try and lose some of this. It's a shame that people scratch all this up. Shame on you, Matt Deakin, 07. So, our progress. Frodsham, Overton Hill, Woodhouse Hill, very good, very nice, very pretty. Delamere Forest coming up. Beeston Castle. I'm open. Where was it now? I'm open to camp around here somewhere. Petfitton Woods. That's where I'm camping. So it's about 2/3 of the way. Grindley Brook, sorry, that's where the diversion is. So I'm having to divert and add a few miles on, but so be it. What can you do? bog, 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 more bog, endless bog. Anyway, so the first 3 miles were pretty hilly, stunning views, but hilly. So we've been averaging about 2.5 miles an hour, which is fine for hills, I'm okay with that, but it's not quick enough to get to where we need. So we've got Delamere Forest up next, and I'm hoping that after Delamere Forest, or so I read, it does tend to flatten out quite a bit, so we should be able to pick up the pace from there. I want to average about 3.5 miles an hour, something like that. That'll get us to where we need to be. So 30 miles left, 30.1 miles left. It's 9:05. So we've been at it about an hour and a half ish. Sunset's about 5 o'clock this time of year, so we've got another 7 or 8 hours left of decent daylight. Now I think we can reach our 25-mile marker. We're just going to have to get our heads down and get it done, really. I think what this is also a good test for is a bit of endurance. Can I keep a fast pace? Can I maintain that for a long distance? Next year I do have the fan dance in mind, which, if you don't know, is one of the tasks that you have to do on the SAS selection. So you have to walk up Penny Fan, cross the plateau, back down along the trail for a bit, and then back up Penny Fan, down to the start finish point. It's about 15 miles and many thousands of meters of elevation. You have to do it with a minimum of 35 pounds dry weight on your back. That's not including food and water, so you're probably going to be looking at about 50 pounds, which in modern days, what, about 20 odd kilos, 25 kilos, something like that. And you have to do it in 4 hours. 4 hours to do that is a gigantic task, and I do have my sights set on it for next year. So this will be a good starting point, I think, just to test my endurance and have I still got it in me. Sky's perking up a bit. It was forecasted cloud all day. Touch wood, got a bit of a speckle of blue. Wonderful. So at the first mile marker, or kilometre marker if you want to be like that, 9 kilometres from Frodsham, 46 to Whitchurch. 46 kilometres to go, folks. Thereabouts. It's windy. That blue sky has sort of swiftly disappeared. But it's good walking conditions. It's not too warm, not too cold. Bit windy, but that's nice. But according to the weather anyway, there's 0% chance of rain today, so touch wood. Hopefully I've not just jinxed that. So Delamere Forest. It's quite sad to see that it's all been cold, really. There's obviously a lot of important forestry work that needs to happen. For new houses and such. Very, very important work. So Mara and Mondrum were the original names for this area of woodland before the Normans took over in 1071. So after the Norman conquest, 1071, the Normans established Delamere Forest and use it as a training ground, which is fascinating actually. Walking through here, it's quite dense woodland, very hilly, again very dense, full of stuff. Obviously I understand the landscape may have changed slightly since then, but I always wonder, like, I'm doing this walk in boots, stretchy pants, breathable type, comfy gear. I wonder what it would have been like doing it 1,000 years ago in nothing more than a flipping tea towel and a pair of leather sandals or something. Got a mega bog. Okay, I don't think there's any decent way to go here, ladies and gents. Although I was saying that, well, in fact no, I'm not going to say anything. Well, it's safe to say that we made it unscathed. A bit dirty, but unscathed. Right, now is our time. Let's go. Oh yeah. We survived, ladies and gentlemen. We survived. Road safety, very important. Green Cross code. Oh yeah. It's a lovely part of the country. Lovely. Except for all the deforestation, the culling. And it's a shame. I mean, like I said before, it's obviously a body has deemed it necessary for the sustainability of the wildlife. Looks naff though, doesn't it? Sand. We've got 23 miles left and it's 11:15. We're making fine progress, boys and girls. Fine progress indeed. Getting a bit of a second wind. I think I'm able to put a bit of a decent pace in now. All them hills are gone. Primrose Hill was the last one that I just did, and it wasn't a killer. It wasn't really that bad, but I think with the way my body was fatiguing at that point in time, it seemed a little more difficult than it probably was. But we're all right now. I think if my picture a video game and my health person is spinning around like that, I think my head would be green. Head's fine. I think my upper body is fine. Shoulders are feeling a bit achy, but I've not really set the bag up properly, so that's my own fault. Left leg is probably a greeny yellow. It's turning yellow. It definitely needs some stretching. I need to do that shortly. And my feet are again starting to get a bit achy. A couple of hot spots on the back of my heels. I've got some Compeed, so when I do stop, I need to put them on. We don't want blisters. But other than that, yeah, all right. I think my feet are probably again a greeny yellow. I mean, turning yellow, but not too bad. So anyway, that's my explanation for how I'm feeling. Hope you enjoyed it. Considering it's one of Cheshire's most prestigious walking routes, there's not been that many walkers really. It's been a handful of runners, people running the whole thing. proper athletes, you know, but no one hiking it. But it's a Saturday. It's not even people leisurely walking around. A scattering of people in Delamere Forest walking the dogs and that, but other than that, just me, myself, and I. In the distance, we've got Beeston Castle, and behind that, Peckforton Castle and Woodland. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop. I'm going to consult the map. Join me in map time. So, map time, ladies and gentlemen. We're walking south, so the map's sort of orientated upside down, but for the sake of this video, I'll show you this way. We are here. Back lanes. Now, straight ahead of us is Beeston Castle. Now, beyond that is the Peckforton Hills, which is right over there. That was where I was looking at camping. But it's only, 20 to 12 now, so I know I've just put the map away, but I'm going to have another look at the map shortly and sort of assess, see if it's worth carrying on a bit further. I'm feeling in decent shape and I can maintain this pace for a bit, so I'm thinking if I get there and it's maybe two and half two, I might reassess the situation and see if it's worth plodding on further. It's a lot of field walking this last couple of miles. I'm going to stop. I'm going to have a little sit down for a minute, have a bit of water, put some compeeds on, and have a rest for a minute. It's 12 o'clock, so dinner time anyway. Yeah, man, I'll bring you back when I'm sat down. So I'm just letting my feet breathe a bit. I've just put a couple of electrolyte tablets just in my water. Bit of flavour, bit of good stuff, bit of morale booster. Speaking of morale boosters, Kendal mint cake. It's the stuff of champions. My pops used to eat Kendal mint cake on his trips, so if it was good enough for him, it's good enough for me. And to be fair, it sustained me through that Hadrian's Wall hike that I did. I think I had 2 bars of mint cake over the week, and you know what? I don't think I could have done it as well as I did without it. So, yeah, very good. We're competed up now. We had a bit of Kendal mint cake, and we electrolyted our water. So I needed that stop. I was starting to slow down and sort of flag a little bit. So back on the move, back on the run. I just spoke to a couple who walked past me, and they were saying that the path along the canal, which I believe to have been breached, the path is still open, and that actually the breach is nowhere near where the Canal and River Trust say it is. So yeah, we'll find out. But they live round here, so obviously they know best. Anyway, onwards with the walk. Spirits are alright. Trying to maintain happiness. And that Kendal mint cake certainly did a job in that. 20.8 miles to go. We're nearly at the halfway point. We want about 17 miles remaining on that clock to halfway, which should be soon. Well, it is soon, it's 3 miles away. It has to be said, I don't think I've ever encountered this many bog type bogs in any single walk that I've done. If you watch this video and think, by gum, I want to do that walk, wear appropriate footwear, because I mean, everywhere you go, it's just naff. Oh, come on, there you go. And oh, that's sloppy. 90% of this walk is through farmers' fields as well, which, you know, alright, but they're all absolutely waterlogged. It's actually quite difficult to walk through it with any sort of speed. Yeah, man. Bog everywhere. The Sandstone Trail is bog. I'm not one to moan or complain. Well, I am, but this is naff, this. We're going right over there, right through all of this nonsense. But it is all swampy. Look at the state of it. Man. What a fucking nightmare. I've not really filmed anything for about 3 miles. It's been 3 miles of pardon the French, but shit ground, absolute knackers, bog, swamp, just farmers' fields. And I mean, to be honest with you, there wasn't really much for you to see, but touch wood, we've not got far until we're out of them for now, because over there, where is it? There it is, up there. It's Beeston Castle, which has a cafe, toilets, hopefully a water filling station, so I can top up on supplies. I've been quite stingy with my water today, not really had much. Learning from past mistakes, like when I did the Gritstone Way and a couple of other long ones, I can't remember now, but a running theme was sort of running out of water. I intend not to do that this time. I intend to learn from my mistakes, do the right thing, and conserve my water like a champion. That's why I filled it with electrolytes, so what little water I do have is at least got some gear in it. Gives me a bit of a life boost. Halfway, folks. Halfway. We've got 17.5 miles to go. Still not at the end of the farms. Absolutely muddy as out. But we're getting there. This is a well-needed stop. Cup of tea and some tea cakes. At the halfway point. Are you ready, folks? That's handy. Yeah, I've just decided, unless I find the absolute perfect spot in these woods, I'm going to carry on walking until sunset and just pitch up wherever I can. I think I made an error in deciding to pitch in the tent as opposed to the bivvy. Brought the Lanchan 2 with me because it's the usual sort of lightweight multi-day hike tent type jobby. But after using that bivvy the other week, I'm thinking, I should have used that really. I should have brought that. Just allows me more options. I'm stuck with this tent. It's got quite a large footprint. And obviously it's a tent, so prying eyes would easily spot. But anyway, that's bad planning on my part. It is what it is. There's not much we can do about it now, so I'm going to keep walking until we find a pitch. That way I'll be ticking off the miles as well, 15.5 miles, which I'd rather get as much done today as possible. Hey up, mate. How's it going, pal? Oh yeah. Oh, now in there would be some absolute potential. Absolute potential. 10 to 3. Got another hour and a half, perhaps, of daylight. So for that reason, I'm going to carry on. Keep plodding on. So anyway, Bickerton has a woodland. Fingers crossed there's something in there. Anyway, the elevation doesn't look too bad on the map, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, hey up. That's handy. Right, onwards. Climbing up Bickerton then. There was a few plateaus and some looked perfect, to be honest, but I thought I saw someone pitching up, so I don't really want to get anywhere near any of that, to be honest with you. You never know who's who. So I'm carrying on a little bit. There's another set of woods coming up. 20 past 4 now, folks, though. Time is ticking away. I suppose keeping moving's less miles to do tomorrow, isn't it? But like I said before, if I can't find anything in these next set of woods, then I'm calling it, and I'm finishing the walk early. So there. Now listen here, guys. I don't know if someone's playing a game, but do I really need to say it? Yes, I do. That is handy. 10 miles to go. 10 miles to the finish line. I mean, at this pace that I'm at now, 4 hours, 8:30. It's not looking promising. It is not looking promising. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous though, and I'm not spending the time to look at it because I'm fannying about looking for a spot. Exactly the same thing as what happened on Bosley Cloud for the Gritstone Way. I keep pushing too far, man. I do. I push too far. I said I literally pushed too far around about there, and I looked to my left What do we have here? Guys. Guys. Guys, this is it. The path can't see me. There is little animal paths down there, but let's see what it's like over here. Yeah, no one's coming up this bit. This is the gods telling me that I've not pushed too far and that I've done the right thing. Oh, this is the spot. There's bits of rabbit poo everywhere and that, but hey, I can't be one to judge at this point in time. What's this? Be orienteering or something, wouldn't it? Right, that's the spot. I'm getting it up shortly, and the tent. It's very windy up here, but you can get a Lanshan pretty bomb proof. I've got it set quite low as well, so there's not so much wind going inside it, but oh, she looks quite nice. I'm happy with that. That's a stunning little pitch. So the paths run around it, but way below. I can't imagine there's going to be people coming in here. Anyway, touch wood. Moon's come out. Look at that. Stunning. Right, anyway, rain's forecasted in 15 minutes. So I'm going to get all the kit inside the tent and I'm going to hunker down for a bit. So folks, we're in the tent. It's currently 5:25. It's just started raining and it's windy as anything. My battery bank has stopped working, so that's good. 13% battery on my phone, so I'm going to switch this off for now, unless it starts working again. I'll see you in the morning. Don't know what footage I'm going to capture. It's actually a massive pain, but I should have had a spare, so never mind. I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully. So that's it, boys and girls, we've done it. We've done it. The phone's going to die now. I'll give you an update when I get home. Catch you then. Yeah. Oh. So what a mare. When I left you on Saturday, this had just died. My battery charger, Charmast something or other. I've had it for a couple of years. It served me on all my hikes and it died. Battery power was full, but it just kaput. It broke on me, so that really let me down. I wasn't able to really film anything, wasn't able to contact anybody. I did have my physical map and I had my Garmin with the route downloaded onto there, but I'll get onto that in a bit. For the rest of the night, half of it was spent me being quite nervous. I got ambushed by a group of trail runners. At one point, I turned all my lights off because these head torches were circling the tent, and I thought I was going to get busted. Anyway, it just turned out that I was camped in a trail running spot, a popular route for trail runners at night time. So, my mistake. I was camped on Bickerton Hill, right next to Maiden Castle, which was a superb spot, despite it being a popular trail running route. At least I know for next time. So that morning, we had a 10-mile hike ahead of us. The weather was okay. 90% of it was fields. And I think that this walk was 90% fields. I mean, a lot of it was quite soul destroying actually. The terrain was pretty rough. It's the end of January, so all of the bad weather that we've had had just soaked up into the fields, and it was just a cesspit of mud and sadness. At about the 6 mile mark, I was starting to lose momentum and morale, and the finish line was in sight, but I was just absolutely struggling with my feet. I have 2 horrendous blisters, and the pain that I was in at that point was starting to drain me. Anyway, at this point, my Garmin flashed up saying low battery. It was going to die soon. It had no bars of power left on it. And for vanity, I needed to get to the end with that Garmin still on, because I was tracking the hike, and I needed to finish it with it on so I could track all of that. Despite all of my injuries and physical fatigue, mental fatigue, I ran to the end. Sprinted to the end. I had my hiking poles. I must have looked like a right muppet. Anyway, an absolute ball of mush at the end. I managed to get to the end properly and finish the walk in spectacular fashion, I would say. A decent time as well. We finished it with, I think it was 10.5 hours of moving time. So that averaged about 3 miles an hour for the whole trip, which I was happy with. That was a decent pace. I aimed for around that. That was okay. That was fine. It does set me up in good stead for the future walks. I think for things like the fan dance, which I mentioned earlier on in the video, having that mental ability to push despite physical and mental pain was something that I didn't quite realise that I had inside me. So having that Garmin dying on me really forced me to push, despite all these pains that I was going through. So that was that was a blessing that came off the back of that. So anyway, that's it, done, finished. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, a subscribe and a comment. If not, then don't. And I'll see you on the next one, folks. Ta-ta.
No, don't.